So without further ado, let's get started on validating your course idea slash topic. Now, before we get into that, obviously first you have to have an idea or topic in mind on what is it that you need to teach to your students. And we are all experts at something or another, right? We've all learned something along the way. Maybe you've been doing something for a long time and you're really good at it, and that's what you need to teach others. So in validating your course idea, what we are trying to do is save you from the trouble of creating an online course when maybe nobody wants to buy it, and that would not be fun, right? So some of the tactics you can do to validate your course, let me get into this too for a second. Why am I teaching this to you for free before we get into validating your course? Why? Because I used to be where you are today. So I know how it feels to be stuck and to not know where to go and take that next step. And that's the whole reason I wanted to create a course where I can just simply teach others how to do what I know. And hopefully this will help you in some way, shape or form to realize that it is not that difficult. Us content creators, put a lot of pressure on ourselves to make this product perfect before we ship it out there, but perfection is the enemy of getting done. Somebody used to tell me this all the time and I love it. So just put your course out there and you'll be surprised how many people would buy it, even if the quality isn't the greatest, maybe the sound isn't the greatest. And one of my YouTube videos that has the most hits, audio quality on that is just horrible, and it has 15,000 views on YouTube, and people have commented that the quality is not great, but I was still teaching something valuable at the time that they needed to learn, and just for the sake of learning they kind of forgave the audio quality. So don't feel like you have to have the best of everything, you just need to get started. So that is why this course is for free, because I want to give back to the universe what I have learned from it. And now let's get into validating your idea. So validating your course idea, how do you go about doing this? And for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to be creating a fictional course, and we're going to walk you through the steps of how I'm going about creating that course. So my fictional course is going to be how to retire at 40. The reason why I picked this topic is because of the whole FIRE movement. If you haven't heard of it, FIRE, Financial Independence Retire Early. There's this huge thing where all of us millennials want to retire early and enjoy the second half of our life, which sounds awesome on paper, but in reality not always possible, right? So that's going to be the topic of my course, is how to retire early. So first of all, in order to start creating this course, you need to be the knowledgeable person about this topic, right? Not an expert, a knowledgeable person. And even if you went and looked at the definition of expert, or just Google expert definition or go to your dictionary, it'll tell you that it merely means that you have more knowledge on that topic than someone else. So you don't necessarily have to have the industry accolades or certifications to prove that you're an expert. You just need to know a little bit more about the topic than the person that you're talking to, and that makes you an expert. So whatever topic your course is about, obviously you need to be an expert in that topic, which means you need to know a little bit more than the next person, and that makes you an expert. So first thing I'm going to do is go to Google Trends, and all of the stuff that I'm going to show you in this course is going to be mostly free stuff that you can just go and do. In fact, all of it is free stuff. You might need to purchase some equipment, but you most likely already have this stuff around your house, and you can save money on your first course by just getting the product out there instead of buying like expensive cameras or expensive mics or anything like that. So that being said, Google Trends, let's go and search what kind of data I can find from Google Trends. So I'm going to go to Google Trends. Google Trends is free. You go to trends.google.com, and here you can type in any topic and Google will tell you what kind of searches that topic is getting. So if I type in fire, the fire search term is very ambiguous, right? But it'll show you around time how much search it has been getting. So you'll see over the past 12 months, the search has been kind of up and down. But now if I change this to retire early, maybe that'll give me a better glimpse of how that search is happening. You can see there's a lot of demand for people to retire early. So this right away tells me that this is a good course to create. And if I scroll down, you'll see what kind of states are searching this the most, what are the related topics that are being searched So here's the FIRE movement that I had told you about, financial independence, retire early. So if I click on this query, it will show me compared to retire early, where does financial independence, retire early stand? So financial independence search term and retire early search term, they're two different search terms, and you can see they're kind of neck and neck, a little bit up and down, but mostly the closer to 100 means that the more searches this particular term is having. So this is a great place to start and kind of figure out, is this course even worth creating material on? Because if nobody is searching for that, that means you're most likely not going to get students. Now, don't take this as the holy grail of searches, because maybe it is something that you know for a fact, maybe an up and coming trend that no one is searching for today, but doesn't mean that a year from now it might not be a thing that people would be searching for. And if that's the case, then you would be the front runner of teaching that topic. So I'll give you an example of that. So Microsoft, I work in a technology company, and Microsoft Skype is a big product that everyone uses, but a lot of companies are moving away from Skype to Microsoft Teams. So if I search Microsoft Teams, and I'm going to remove the second term, so I just go here and click remove. So you can see that over time that search has picked up steam, right? It wasn't that heavily searched in the beginning of the year, over the past 12 months, but now everyone is searching about Microsoft Teams because Skype is being sunset and replaced by Microsoft Teams. So this is just an example to show you that if you are in a space where you know changes are happening that people will start searching for, then go ahead and by all means create your course, because as you are the expert, you will know that this is going to change. Google Trends is the first place I'd go and search. Again, you can kind of scroll down and see, you can change the timeline here, you can even change the country. So instead of US, you can see that Microsoft Teams wasn't even searched for up until 2017, and now everyone is using Teams and everyone is moving away from Skype. So you can also change the countries here. Instead of US, you can go worldwide. And for category, what you can do is you can change all these categories. So if you want to search just in electronics, you can search just in electronics, and then instead of web search, you can see if there's any other searches. Now this is awesome because you can see what kind of interest is on Microsoft Teams on YouTube, because a lot of people start their searches on YouTube. So I'm going to change these parameters back to past 90 days. I'm going to change this to all categories, and I'm going to change this to USA. And now you will see that YouTube has a lot of demand for Microsoft Teams. So if you were to create a channel on just Microsoft Teams, you'll probably do really good. So again, Google Trends, first place where you can go and start searching for whether your course topic is a great topic to talk about. And once you have validated it here, we move on to the next step. Now this isn't the only place you can go to validate. There are multiple places you can choose. You can choose only one and be done, but I'm going to show you 4 different places that you can go and validate. So Google Trends, Reddit, YouTube, and UberSuggest. Now let's move on to Reddit. So now that you have validated your idea on Google Trends, let's go ahead and do that same thing on Reddit. So if you haven't heard of Reddit, you have been living under a rock. Please come out of that rock. And what Reddit is, it dubs itself the front page of the internet, but it's a great place to go and check out all the subreddits that they have. It has everything under the sun about everything under the sun. So if you go to Reddit, I'm here right now, and I've done a search for FIRE, and you can see in my URL bar I have the search FIRE, and these are all the communities that are under that search term. Now sometimes all it takes is searching the correct words. So if I look at financial independence, it has 655,000 members. That's a lot of members. Same thing with FIRE, 8,700 members under the FIRE community. So now if I just go and search for financial independence, retire early, let's see what kind of results I get. Same thing, this shows up, fat FIRE, retire with a fat stash, free FIRE. So you can see all these different communities. The one which is massively huge is obviously this one with 655,000 members. Now This isn't just for validating, this is also to give you ideas of what kind of content you need to have in your course. You might already have it all mapped out, but this is a great way to kind of see if what you have mapped out is the right vision with what kind of questions people are asking in this community. So has anyone heard when and where the Playing with Fire documentary will be available, blah blah blah. So if you have that as a topic, then you can go and see what kind of comments people are talking about in that. So again, if you have any topic, whatever your topic is, I would suggest you go and look on Reddit. It's very simple. If you don't have a Reddit account, create one. It's pretty quick, it's free, and then once you're here, just go ahead and search for whatever your topic is to see what kind of results you get. And then based on those results, it's another validation on top of what you've already done on Google Trends that this will work. Your course will have some students, if not a lot, that'll go and buy it from you. So great place to search, Reddit. Let's move on to our next one, which is YouTube. Again, YouTube, you already know this. If you haven't heard of YouTube, you should stop watching this video. But who has not heard of YouTube, right? YouTube is the second most used search engine in the world after Google being number one. So Google owns the top 2 spots of search engines. That is why in Google Trends, it allows you to use YouTube as a search. Now, we already know what that search is going to look like because we have seen our results of YouTube search for, actually this one is for, let's do FI, financial independence. So on YouTube, the financial independence search term looks like it's kind of losing steam here. It's a little bit up and down, but let's go and see what kind of results we'll find once we are actually on YouTube searching for this. I'm here right now, and if I search for financial independence, retire early, I don't want to look at the documentary, I just want to search for this term. You will see there are a lot of results, and I have a Chrome extension installed, also free, called Keywords Everywhere, that shows you what kind of search volume it has right now, 260 a month, but that's for this exact precise term. There are some related searches here. How to retire early has the most searches. This is TubeBuddy, which is a YouTube Chrome extension as well, but you can see retiring at 40 with fire, 73,000 views, 10 levels of financial independence, 357,000 views. So all of these have a lot of views, and again, look at some of these videos, listen to them and see what kind of things people are talking about, and this will be most specific to your niche, your course topic, but this will give you a good indication of what kind of videos people are creating and maybe get some inspiration from that to add to your own videos when you create your online course. Great place to search, YouTube. You will never go wrong with searching on YouTube first. This will, if anything, give you some inspiration and teach you a thing or two on how these people are making their videos. Now let's move on to the last one on here, which is UberSuggest. Alright, so the final one I wanted to show you for validating your course idea is UberSuggest. Another free tool. This is a great tool. So it's on neilpatel.com/UberSuggest. I'm already in here right now, but if you just go to Google and search for UberSuggest, you'll see it'll bring you to neilpatel.com/UberSuggest. Now when you hit the search here, I'm going to show you this in incognito. There is a reason why I'm going to do that. So let's say I search here for financial independence, and I have that copied here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Now you will see that there is an option to sign in with Google if you want more keyword suggestions, daily rank tracking, and also personalized SEO suggestions. So a great way for Neil to get our emails and a great way for us to have that extra incentive, and that's why I'm already signed in. And now when I hit search here, you'll see that it shows my account on top, and then I have the sign out function. Besides that, and there are YouTube videos on how to use this tool. It's pretty easy to use, very intuitive. A few things I want to show you here right off the bat. You can see 8100 search volume a month, and then you have SEO difficulty is fairly easy. That means if you write articles with these keywords, you will be ranking easily on page 1 of Google, and then paid difficulty is also fairly easy. which means if you want to pay for this keyword, it's not going to cost you much to pay for it. Here's the average cost per click that you can look forward to if you were to run paid ads. That being said, let's explore some of the other things we have here. So again, you can see kind of like the search graph here on monthly search volume. You can see that it kind of shoots up in March, and March is when in US people get paid their taxes, or their tax returns usually come in around March, so that makes sense why that volume would be up around that time. But it's averaging about 6,600 searches a month. This is the first one right here, and then you can see some of the other keywords, and these are great because then you can write articles based on these keywords. But let's click on this first one here. So if I click onto this little icon here, it shows you more in-depth analysis about that keyword. So you can see here are all the results that are showing on the Google SERPs. Google SERP stands for Search Engine Results Page. So if I go on here, it says the top 100 URLs for this keyword is shown here, and then you can kind of analyze that. The most of the traffic is going from these two sites. MarketWatch is a pretty big site, so if you are thinking of writing blogs about your course, you need to see what you're up against. Another one is Playing with Fire, so that's another one that's ranking on top. What you can also do is you can export these keyword suggestions here into a CSV, or you can copy them to your clipboard. So if I just click copy to clipboard, open up a notepad here, I can paste all of these, and then I can write articles based on all of these keyword suggestions. Another thing that is really awesome, and again this is a free tool, so there's so much to do in here, and again I'm not going to cover everything. I just want to show you a few things that I do on a day-to-day basis. You can go to related and then see if there are any related searches here. Now for some reason when I click on related, it's not changing, so maybe there's a glitch here. Questions, actually it does change. So here's the related searches. Then when I go to questions, you can see what kind of questions people are asking regarding financial independence, and this would be great for your particular topic, your particular niche, is to figure out what are people asking, and then based on that you write your content. And then you also have prepositions and comparisons. So great tools for free by Neil Patel. You can check it out. And then finally you also have filters here. So if I want to put some filters that maybe the search volume needs to be a minimum of 100, so I don't see any other searches that are less than that, I can apply those filters, and then you can see the suggestions narrow down quite a bit. Play around with this. Obviously it's free. It's a great tool for you to explore what your niche is, your keyword ideas, your keyword topics for your blog, for your course, and I hope this was of help to you. Now we move on to the next step. Now we've already used all these free tools to validate the course, and then the next part is going to be how do you outline your course, right? So you've validated your course. Now it comes time to create an outline so you can figure out, you know, what kind of modules and lessons you're going to have in your course. So I'm going to walk you through how to do that next.